Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a great day. And check this out. So this is a papaya. They call these strawberry papayas. And I'm in Hawaii. I live in Hawaii and we have quite a bit of different tropical fruits here compared to like the mainland and in other parts, of the world. And one really cool thing about the papayas is that they taste totally different than like your store-bought ones. And to me, they have such a sweet taste. It's almost like a Fruity Pebbles cereal. And the texture is totally different than what you buy like in the store. And I moved to Hawaii whenever Dr. Morse really got into talking about how we're actually islanders, and I really wanted to explore that more. So I took a trip to Hawaii, and within the next year, exactly 1 year to date, I actually moved there and really started venturing out and exploring this life with so much more high vibrations. The fruits are just amazing here, all grown off the land here. The soil's so much different, the beautiful beaches, the beautiful weather. It's another planet for sure. So if you ever get a chance to come out and actually visit Hawaii, I highly encourage you to do so. So what are we going to do today is we have more questions from you guys that have posted about some of the issues that you're dealing with. And just as a disclaimer before we jump in, this is not medical advice. It's not to treat, diagnose, prevent, or cure any disease or condition. This is simply for educational purposes only. So let's go ahead and see what all we have going on today. Mel says, how about IBS? It has many symptoms, some affecting me are brain fog, bloating, and of course, irritable bowels. Thank you in advance. Well, thank you, Mel, for the question. So anytime we're dealing with any types of issues with the bowels, okay, obviously we got lymphatic issues going on, but when we got bowel issues, there's probably going to be some mucoid plaque buildup on the lining of the intestinal walls. And this is coming from, our old way of eating. If we're eating any type of starches, grains, dairy, animal products, all of this is going to cake onto the intestinal wall like a paste, and it prevents us from absorbing any type of nutrition. And it cakes on there, after years and years and years, and then it'll start forming like these food impactions. You may want to look at your iris and see if you see like any type of a malabsorption ring to see if you actually are absorbing, any of the nutrition you're taking in. And, this is also related to, having some brain fog because it's all lymphatic. It's all lymphatic. So if you're dealing with the brain fog, the bowels and the head area go hand in hand with each other. So when you're dealing with the GI issues like this, you can see some brain fog. But as you clean out and clear out these bowels, the brain fogs will start to improve more and more. And so will the bloating. That has a lot to do with the pancreas, because the pancreas, you have the pancreas and you have the gallbladder. Pancreas is squirting sodium bicarbonate, gallbladder squirting bile on your food to alkalize and raise the pH of that food before it goes into the small intestines. Anything that's going into the small intestines that's acidic is going to damage those little intestinal villi, and it's going to start breaking down the intestines. So start damaging them. This is where we start getting all these irritations and all of these different problems that we experience with our bowels. What we can do about these issues, definitely pull back from the acidic foods. I mean, that's always number one. Now we really need to clean out the bowels. So doing some of Dr. Morse's like the GI Broom and I think it's the GI Renew, just to kind of help clean out the bowel walls. The capsules are always better because they pull on that intestinal wall to help clean it out a bit more. And going as much on a fruit diet as possible. In your case, the juices may be a little better to start with. Maybe do a little bit of juice fasting for maybe like a day or two, just to kind of empty out the bowels, clean out anything. Go to some of your astringent fruits, maybe like a few lemons, some grapes would be good to start tugging on that bowel wall to kind of maybe break up some of this mucoid plaque. And when this comes out, don't freak out, because I've had clients who have passed this, and it smells horrendous, and it looks like this black tarry rope-like substance. And yeah, that's what's been caked up on the Bible walls for so long. So as you clean out, as you turn to more of a raw food diet, preferably the fruits, I mean, even if you're just doing it for, a week or two, you can really clean out those bowels and, get to where you can start to see more and more improvements. But definitely take care of that, because if you're not absorbing any of the nutrition, I mean, your body's not going to be able to repair and rebuild itself. It's going to constantly keep breaking down, and more issues are going to keep popping up. So really jump on this, Mel. So I hope that helps, and thank you for the question. Let's go to the next one. Paulette says, multiple chemical sensitivity. I have intolerance to fragrances of all kinds, perfumes, cigarettes, smoke, household cleaners, air fresheners. Okay, so in reality, we all have some type of reaction to these things. More people have it worse off than others because of the chemistry that is within our body. These types of things, they're not natural, they're all man-made. So we all have some type of a response to that, whether we experience the symptoms or not, but our body notices it because it's not natural. I know that one time when I was little, I went into the grocery store and I started smelling multiple deodorants because they all had different smells. And then I like to pass out in the store. So, we all have a reaction to these things. But the more that your chemistry inside your body, the more acidic you are, the more toxicity you have in your body, the less you're going to be able to handle and cope with the sensitivity to these types of things. So as you clean out, as you detox your lymphatic system, going more towards the raw foods, focus on opening your channels of elimination, primarily getting the kidneys to filter. You can urinate in a clear glass to see if you're filtering, or if you see some sediment or some cloudiness in your urine to make sure you're filtering, but also sweating a lot to get all this toxicity and acidity out of the body. Go out for a walk. Get your lymphatic system pumping and moving. Move those calf muscles. That way you'll pump that lymphatic system and you can start getting all of this toxic chemistry out of your body. That way, if you want to wear like a perfume or something like that, you'll be able to without having some type of a reaction or a sensitivity to it. So I hope that helps, Paulette. Thank you for your question. Okay, Carrie. Okay, this is a long one. Have you ever heard a case of a senior with neurological decline getting healed? My dad is 82. He has been able to walk for about 1.5 years now and has been in a care home ever since. He started losing the use of his right hand and arm maybe about 4 to 5 years ago, and also his ability to speak. He is basically a quadriplegic now and can't speak. He never smoked or really drank and just ate a normal standard American diet. His brother, 5 years old, drank and smoked and ate a lot of McDonald's, etc., and is doing pretty good. His mind is sharp. He walks with a cane and still drives, and will drive 8 hours away on the highway at 87 years old. Oh, wow. Quite unbelievable. Yes, it is. So it's tough to promote a fruit diet with my standard American diet eating family. Yes, it is tough. I know that. Who uses his brother as an example. But anyway, it's really sad to see my dad like that. He's really a good guy, and it's sad he's living like that. Yes, it is sad. So might convince my family, didn't need to convince him. Okay, so if he is he currently in the wheelchair? He's basically a quadriplegic now and can't speak. Yeah, that's tough, especially whenever it's a loved one like that that's so close, and they've been active and doing things all their life, and then you kind of start to see them decline like that. But the good thing is that you can always try to help him to get better. Now, reframing his mindset, getting the family away from doing the standard American diet, that's probably going to be your biggest challenge, more so than actually regenerating your dad, because people don't understand this level of healing yet. We are definitely on the forefront of this movement, of this shift in our time. So that's where the most of the work's going to be. But as a quadriplegic, I've worked with a guy who was a quadriplegic, and I mean, when he started, this is all he could do. He could barely move his arms, he could barely move his legs. And within 4 months, we had him standing up out of that chair where he could stand up on his own while holding on to like a bar or something. And in a year's time, we had him walking on a walker. So, and we didn't even use any herbs. This was straight fruit. And it took him a little while to transition. So that's something that you may need to do as well, is a slow transition. And yes, all of this is neurological, because when you start losing the feeling and the motion in your arms and your legs and stuff, I mean, it's all nerve related. So he definitely has got to switch the diet over. Like I said, if you need to transition a little bit, that's totally fine. You do what you have to do with that. But you can also, put them like on the brain and nerve formulas, the kidney and bladder formulas for sure, to make sure he's eliminating. I don't know if he sweats. Does he sweat? Because, the quadriplegic that I've worked with, they don't sweat. So if he's sweating, that's great. Try to get him sweating more to eliminate this acid, because basically, I mean, whenever you have any type of a neurological case, I mean, this is the adrenal glands, but your lymphatic system is just stagnant. It's not moving. And it's harder for somebody that's in a wheelchair, like a quadriplegic, to get up and move, because the only way you can move your lymphatic system is by you moving. So how is he going to actually get to moving? So you have to really work on getting more of a whole fruit diet, like as many grapes as possible, to really start to break up all of this gunk in between his tissues interstitially. That way he can start eliminating some of this. As he starts eliminating more and more, he'll start to have more and more clarity, more and more function. And then you're giving him all of these regenerating foods, which are great for nerve regeneration, your grapes especially. And you need to work with him a little bit with his mobility. Like, do a little bit, because I was a personal trainer too, and I worked with this quadriplegic for 3 hours a week, hands-on, helping him to move his legs, teaching him different exercises. So I mean, that could also be something that would be beneficial to him, is taking him to a nearby gym, finding a personal trainer that's really knowledgeable in this type of field. It's kind of like almost like a physical therapy type deal, to where he can at least get some type of strength training, because that is definitely necessary to repair and rebuild these muscles, to strengthen them back up. That way he can move again. If not, he just continues to decline and will get weaker and weaker. So going on the all fruit diet, I mean, that's a must. Then also working on getting him moving a little bit, trying to get him sweating, trying to make sure his kidneys are filtering. Like I said, if you wanted to do some herbs, the kidney and bladder herbs, the brain and nerve herbs for sure, I would wait on the lymphatic formula just to see if he is filtering first, because if he's not filtering, you don't want to take a lymphatic formula, because everything is just going to start to back up and this body will trip into a healing crisis, and you don't really want that. But I think the biggest challenge you're going to have is getting the family to understand what you're trying to do. But anything and everything is possible with this process. All you can do is just give it your best. If he has a hard time eating all the fruits, make him some fruit juices. Juices are much more absorbent than the whole fruit anyway, but the whole fruit is usually better because you get all the chemistry. But the more you can hit him with the fruit, the more he'll detox, the more of the nerve regeneration and all this that'll come along with it. But it definitely is a process, but don't give up on him. Work hard on him, because I've seen some amazing things with quadriplegics. So I hope this helps, Carrie, and thank you so much for your question. All right, let's keep moving on. It is a beautiful day today. Let me tell you, in Hawaii, it stays about 70 to 80 degrees year-round. Christmas Day, you can be out swimming in the ocean, and you can just feel the vibrancy of being, grounded on that beach. It's just so much more high vibes. Ever since I moved here, I'm just so much more happy and self-loving with myself. It's such a different, because I came from Arkansas, and the vibe is not quite as high there. But more people are like vegan and vegetarian over here than like, or meat eaters. They care a bit more about their health. They're, you know, they're more in shape, they're more fit. It's a more health conscious place. So this is a great place, guys. Like I said, if you haven't ever been out to Hawaii, I would definitely come out and just, you know, experience it once in your life. It is truly magical. All right, so let's go to the next one. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Rashami? All right, good morning. Rheumatoid arthritis treatment and diet. Can you please do a video? Yes, we can. Also, please share details of your YouTube channel. Okay, so rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, so treatments, we don't do treatments. That is not our realm. We do a detoxing, a cleansing of the lymphatic system, and bringing proper hydration, oxygen, nutrition, and energy to cells. That way the body can repair itself. You're going after the root cause with what we do, because we want your body to repair and rebuild itself the way nature intended. So when you're having the rheumatoid arthritis, that is just simply acids that are stagnant in an area, like especially like if you have it like in your hands or wherever you're experiencing it. It's just acids have settled in that one area and they aren't moving. And acids chew away at cells because they sit at a 3 pH, and they're just continuously breaking cells down. And basically, I mean, things that you can do with this, depending on where it's at, you can do like some dry brushing. You know, if you're having it in your hands or wherever you're having it, you could do some dry brushing to move all of that lymph. Brush it towards the kidneys. That way it can be filtered out and eliminated. You can do castor oil packs to help move the lymph. Definitely the raw food diet. I mean, I've had clients come to me with these types of issues, and it doesn't take long for them to see improvements once they hit that diet hard, because again, it's just acid that's stagnant in an area chewing away at your cells. The flow of energy, oxygen, nutrition, all of that to the cells is not there. So the cells are basically suffocating. It's hypoxia. They're dying, and the acids are steadily pounding away at them, breaking them down further, and that's what's causing your pain. But as you remove that acid out of the area, proper hydration, oxygen, nutrition, and energy can get to those cells, start the repairing and rebuilding phase, and you start to be like, oh, I feel pretty good again. I'm not hurting like I used to be. I'm not stiff like I was. It's amazing, because I used to have a whole lot of aches and pains from all the bodybuilding and powerlifting, the elbows, the knees, the shoulder impingements, the lower back, all these pains. My joints feel like new now. I mean, I feel like a teenager again. So you could definitely see some improvements with this. If you wanted to go with some types of formulas to help you, definitely lymphatic and the kidney and bladder formulas to get things moving. And I would really focus on, I mean, the raw diet is definitely a must. As much fruit as you possibly can. Also, I mean, we gotta get gotta make sure the kidneys are filtering. Make sure you're sweating, because if you really want to do this as quick as possible, because you can do it in a really quick way with these issues, or you can take it a slower, more transitional route. But the harder you're going to work at this, the more you're going to work at opening your channels of elimination, the more consistent you're going to be with the raw food diet, the faster you're going to see change, because you're cleaning out all the gunk, cleaning out all the trash, and bringing in the good stuff. And this is what the body wants to repair itself. So the harder you hit it, the faster you see some changes. So I hope this helps, Rashami. Thank you for your question. Okay, Sherry, I had a heart attack, and my heart is getting better, and I think the meds I take are causing lots of side effects instead of helping. Yeah, so any medication you take is going to have hydrochloric acid, and it's a petroleum-based chemical. I mean, they're all going to have side effects because they're not natural to us. Now, there are times where certain medications are necessary because our bodies are so damaged and deteriorated. But as we repair and rebuild our bodies, you can, or your doctor can always help you wean off of that medication. Now, I would love to see like a picture of your eyes to see what the heart looks like on the left eye and your iris, just to see the cellular damage of it. But anytime we're dealing again with heart attack, this is your lymphatic system. Your adrenal glands control your autonomic nervous system, which controls things that you don't have to think about, such as your heartbeat. And this will control your blood pressure and, you know, things to deal with the heart. So you're just seeing a whole lot of lymphatic congestion. Like I said, a picture of your eyes would be great to really see the amount of lymphatic congestion you have all throughout the body. But really focusing on, again, cleansing this lymphatic system, detoxing all of this waste out of the body, the raw food diet, transition if you need to. If you can dive right in, that'll be great. But again, 50-50, 50% diet, 50% elimination. You've got to be eliminating. It doesn't matter how good the diet is. If you're not eliminating through urine or sweating, which really you need both, the improvements are going to be very minimal. So we really have to focus hard on the elimination side of things. This is always the hardest thing with the people that I work with, because it's physical work. You know, the diet's just sitting there. I mean, we all love fruits, and it's not as hard to stick to as doing the physical work, having to get out, go moving, doing a little bit of cardio, trying to sweat. Other things you can do for, you know, opening the channels of elimination, you can do some deep breathing. You can do like steam rooms or saunas. We don't recommend those as first option, only if you're like really having a hard time sweating. If you can go out for a walk, put a sauna suit on, or like a layer or two, a jacket or two, that'll really help you sweat more. So that'll be really beneficial. You can do things like Epsom salt baths to really pull this acid out of the skin tissues, to open the pores of the skin more. You can do hot showers to really open the skin more. Focusing on cleaning out the bowels is really important. Doing some fruit juices will help with that, pull that mucoid plaque off the bowel wall. Lymphatic drainage massages. I mean, these are all great things you can do to help move this lymphatic system and flush this out of your body. So keep working hard, Sherry. Do take it seriously though, and I know you are, and you're going to be working hard at this. But if you're trying to wean off of some meds or something, definitely get your doctor to help you wean off with this, and just really work hard on detoxing. Okay, let's see. Ishel, sorry if I mispronounced that. How to get elimination channels opened in chronic cases of parts from fruits and herbs, because mine is not opening with these for a long time now. Okay, again, like the last question, this is the hardest part that we experience. The diet is not the hard part. The hard part is the elimination side of things, getting this open. So one of the easiest things that we can all do is deep breathing. Okay, that's one channel of elimination. That is why we breathe, to help eliminate waste. So we can all do that. So just doing several deep breaths a couple times a day. Breathe in through the nose, fill up the stomach, and then finish breathing in through the mouth and fill up the chest area. Hold it there for like 2 or 3 seconds and exhale it through the mouth. I would do this probably 20 times in the morning, maybe 20 times in the afternoon or at night, just to really clean out the bowels. Now, if you're taking a hot shower, close the door, make it steamy. Breathe in some of that steam to break up some of that mucus in the lungs. So that's something that we can definitely do. Cleaning out the bowels is usually not too hard. Doing mostly fruits will help with that, especially the astringent ones like the grapes, grapefruits, your lemons and limes. These are going to pull and tug on tissue. So if you can clean out the bowel wall, also juices are really good for cleaning out the bowel. So making sure that you're not backed up, your intestines don't feel full and heavy, that's really important as well. And getting the kidneys to filter, that's just basically turning on those adrenal glands, so that way they can get those kidneys to filtering again. That's going to come along with the raw food diet. The herbs for that, you can take the adrenal support herb, you can take the kidney and bladder herbs. If you're not filtering or you're not eliminating right now, I would not do a lymphatic formula just until you can open up these channels and really work on your sweating. Now, depending on how severe your case actually is, again, there's multiple ways to get you sweating. Going walk, doing a little cardio, wearing some layers. Put a sauna suit on. You know, they make them to where they look like jackets now rather than trash bags. And try to exercise a little bit. If you can do any type of like rebounding, this is great. Rebounding is the best form of cardio and exercise because as you jump up and as you hit the ground, that G-force factor moves every cell in your body. And by the time you hit the ground, you're like twice as much as what you initially weigh when you hit. So trying to sweat that way, if you can't get out and do some type of exercise, I would be working on like some type of hot showers just to open the pores of the skin, try to sweat more, sit in baths with Epsom salt to try to open up the pores of the skin and pull toxins out that way. If you have to do any type of like steam rooms or saunas, I mean, anything to get you sweating again. Because if you're not eliminating, there is nothing that's going to get better. Things are going to keep breaking down. And your body eventually trips into a healing crisis, which is going to start giving you headaches. You can have vomiting, chills, you can have aches and pains throughout the body. You can break out in fevers and start sweating. Like your body is going to find a way to eliminate this waste one way or another. So it's best you try to open up your channels of elimination the best that you can. I wouldn't even do any types of like lymphatic drainage massages or anything. Not if you're not eliminating. There's kind of no point in my opinion. But I would really focus on like the sweating, number one, the kidneys, filtering that way, number two, and open up the bowels and definitely do the deep breathing. I mean, that's something I know that everyone can do regardless, is doing the deep breathing until things start eliminating a little bit more. So I hope this helps, Michelle. And thank you for your question. All right, let's go to the next one. Vani, how about the lymphatic system that causes swelling in the face and under the eyes? Eye bags, festoons, malars. Okay. So anytime you have any type of a swelling, that's the lymphatic system again, that's all backed up from in the head area. For some reason, we hold so much more of this congestion, this acidity in the head area. Like we just do. And basically your lymphatic system, your sewage system is clogged right now. So I want you to imagine your lymphatic system as a bunch of sewage pipes. Okay, you have a bunch of sewage pipes all in your head that are trying to drain, and they're all clogged. Okay, the lymph nodes are clogged, everything is backed up, and everything is starting to pour back more and more into the head area, and it's causing the swelling. You're retaining some water, you're holding on to all of this waste. So we need to pull the plugs, open the valves, and get all of this draining. So chances are your lymph nodes, especially if you've got those right there that are swollen, it's all going to be backed up. So we have to unclog all of that. It's going to take a little bit of work. So, you know, just depending on what your diet is right now, you can take it slow and transition to more of a raw food diet, or you can just dive right in. But if you dive right in, make sure that you are eliminating, because if not, these healing crises tend to pop up and the body is going to find a way to eliminate it out of the body. So, you can definitely do like some kind of like lymphatic drainage massages to really try to move some of this gunk, this lymph down and out, push it towards the kidneys. Also, you can do like hot and cold compresses on the face to try to move some lymph. You can do some castor oil packs. You can do these things, but definitely your base is always going to be the raw food diet, because we're not wanting to put any more acids into the body. We're wanting to eliminate the acids we have in our body. Now, if you can really get the head area sweating a lot, that's going to be great to help eliminate, instead of just relying on the kidneys to filter out everything. So if you can really get out there, get moving, get sweating, this is going to help tremendously with getting a lot of that swelling down and having things kind of go back to normal. So that would be the number one thing that I would truly focus on, is getting the head area to sweat, going on the raw food diet. If you want to do like any types of herbs and whatnot, the lymphatic formula and the kidney and bladder formula. Just make sure that you are filtering. So urinate in a clear glass and just see if you are flushing out this waste. Make sure you see some particles floating or some cloudiness or sediment in your urine. If not, you really need to focus on the sweating aspect of things. So I hope that helps, Fonnie. Let's do one more. I like to keep the videos about 30 minutes. So Maria says endometriosis. So basically, when you're having this type of an issue, all these names of all these conditions, these are just names, okay? What's really happening is the body is breaking down due to too much acid buildup all throughout the body. The lymphatic system backed up, the lymph nodes are backed up, nothing is moving, nothing is flowing, and the body is basically suffocating on its own waste, and it's giving off all of these symptoms. And in this case, basically like the uterine wall is becoming welded, and this is all from just too much acid in the area. One thing that you can really do to see how acidic the area is, Maria, is how does your menstrual cycles look? If they are heavy flows, there's a lot of built up acidity. And if you're having this issue, there's more than likely going to be a lot of acid buildup in that area. So as you clean out, as you detox the lymphatic system, again, the raw food diet is always the base. It's always number one. But you can do things like douches with the Heal All tea from Dr. Morse's site. That'll help clean out quite a bit. I know he's had great success with these types of cases with doing some douching with the Heal All tea. But also, again, you got to work on opening the channels of elimination. You want to hit this from all kinds of ways. You know, it's not just the raw food diet. You don't rely just on that. You don't rely just on opening the channels of elimination. You do them both together, and then you add things in like doing the Heal All tea, doing the douches. You can do some lymphatic drainage massages towards the kidneys. You can do some dry brushing just to help move things along. But it's a combination of these factors that will make the change with your overall health. But I would definitely dive in to doing that and trying some of the douches with the Heal All tea. So thank you, Maria, for your question. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it off now, guys. So I thank you so much for all the love and the support and all the questions. We can truly make a difference with all of this. And if anyone needs any more guidance or further guidance, you can always check out my website at alka-clean.com. That's alka-clean.com, and see some of the testimonies that we have on there. And if you want to do, one-on-one work with one of us, always reach out to us. We're always here to help. And anytime that, you have a question or anything, you can always drop it in the comments. Any way we can help you, just please let us know. We are God people. We are here to help and serve you. And if this video really helped you, please hit that like and the subscribe button. And thank you so much. Much love to you, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.